Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day. So there's new comics in the shelves. That's also digitally, physically, like you can get comics any way you want. You know, pick and choose where you want to get your comics and how you want to consume them. But it's like the best day of the week because there's new comics. DC's hooked us up with one of their trade releases. This is Dark Days, The Road to Metal. For those who don't know, Dark Knight's Metal has been like the rocket event that, I don't say it shifted the DC universe. It really shook up the DC universe. This was an event that opened things up. The ending really changed things, I think, for the better in many ways. And there were some lead-ups to the event. This includes, excuse me, so this was like the lead-up to it. It sets the stage. So we got Dark Days, The Road to Metal. It collects Dark Days The Forge #1, Dark Days The Casting #1, and some DC classic stories that kind of built the foundation. Final Crisis 6 and 7, Batman The Return of Bruce Wayne #1, Batman number 38 through 39, and Nightwing number 17. With some extra stuff, there's also Detective Comics number 950. Creative teams. We've got Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, Jim Lee, John Romita Jr., Andy Kubert, Grant Morrison, Doug Mahnke, J.G. Jones, Carlos Pacheco, Grant Morrison, Chris Sprouse, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Tim Seeley, Javier Fernandez, James Tynion IV, and Eddie Burrows. And this was a good setup. Like, I don't think the two main comics, so there was two main comics leading up before Dark Knight's Metal. There was The Casting and The Forge. I think they did a decent job of setting things up. I don't know if I would call them vital to enjoy Dark Knight's Metal. They definitely, like, up the mystery. Overall, I think my biggest issue with Dark Knight's Metal, and The Casting Forge has it a little bit, is it starts to dive a lot into DC continuity, hence why there's, Final Crisis 6 and 7, Return of Bruce Wayne, Batman 38, 39, and Nightwing number 17. I think Dark Knight's Metal and The Casting and The Forge is way more entertaining if having read all of that. And if you haven't, like, this is just an easy way to get it. Alright, so presentation-wise, we got nice shiny cover. It's just like the comic. It's got the nice little embossed metal on it. Take that off, though. You've got this cool metal cover, The Road to Metal. And Scott Snyder talked about it, and Craig Capullo talked about it, that they kind of want to live up to that whole thing of, like, metal, that rock and roll sense of it all, and I think the comics actually kind of embody that really well. There's a lot more creators on there than I read off. I apologize to all the people that I missed, but it goes through like a lot of history. There's stuff with like Hawkman, and it's kind of interesting to go back and reread this, having already read Metal and knowing how that all ends. You can see kind of the dots connecting a little bit more. So I think that's kind of the cool thing, in that these collections allow you to like revisit the story and see a lot of the things that you might have missed the first time through reading. So it's really good. Like, as far as a lead up, I think this is pretty solid. That I enjoy. It's good. Like, that part I think is really, it's smart. These are key issues. They really do play into things and are helpful, is the best kind of way to put it. They put things into context, which is good. So yeah, extras in here. We've got covers. So we've got covers. And then the thing that I think most people will geek out on is the map of the multiverse, which is actually pretty freaking awesome. This is really cool. I kind of want a poster of this. Yeah, so overall, like, this is a good lead up. It helps put into context some stuff, allows you to go revisit some key issues that you might not have had going up to Dark Knight's Metal. For folks who like to trade weight and don't know kind of where to start with this story, this is actually where to start. There's obviously Dark Knight's Metal is collected in a different book, but out of the two, like the two together are a stronger unit, and this is actually a really good lead up. It's a solid collection of issues that kind of are key and important into what was put together. And it's always also really interesting in that some of these things came out quite a while ago, And I've always wanted to ask him about this, like, was Dark Knight Metal really planned, like, all that time ago? I mean, you've got Return of Bruce Wayne, from Batman Return of Bruce Wayne, #1. That's from 2010. There's also stuff here from 2009 with The Final Crisis. I'd love to know how all this gets weaved together. It's actually pretty cool when you think about it. So, as far as a trade, collects the key issues, gets you what they feel you need to know, and actually kind of helps maybe clarify a little bit things for those who have read the main event. So, if you are a hardcore DC person, if you enjoy these sort of books, it's $29.99. It's actually a really great presentation. I love the shiny chromium-ish cover. DC obviously hooked us up with this. Thank you so much for the review copy. Thank you for watching. Out in comic book stores today. I believe it's bookstores next week. But go support your comic book shop first and foremost. There's a link underneath. You put in your zip code, and it'll tell you if a shop's near you. If there's no shop near you, then we got you hooked up with some affiliate codes or affiliate link codes. We do get a small percentage of that. Go support your comic shop first and foremost. Again, thank you, DC, for hooking up with this. Thank you for watching. If you're into DC Comics, if you're into comics in general, if you're into metal, of course, we'll have a review of Dark Knight's Metal, which when that's out in trade. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.